Alrighty, what's up, guys? So, today I want to share a recent insight I had about my own social anxiety. And it's an extremely curious insight and past week for me because I think it's been at least a very, very long time since I've acknowledged my social anxiety, or thought that it was or even clearly saw its crippling nature, let's just say. But the way this started was I discovered a video of someone else on YouTube getting coached for social anxiety, and the coach, who was Joe Hudson, he asked the guy, what was the question? He asked the guy, what's wrong with you? What is it that we're going to find out about you when we see you that is shameful? And that question, for me, it's sort of like pushes through right to the heart of the matter. Like, if you had simply asked me, do you have social anxiety? I could explain it away. I could say, yeah, I do in this situation, I do in that situation, but overall it's pretty good and it's not a big deal. I'd probably give you some answer like that, right? But then if you ask such a deep question, like, oh, what do you think is wrong with you? What are you scared of other people finding out when they see you that is shameful? It's like, I don't have an answer for that, right? Like, I've never contemplated that before. But when I heard it, I could feel something. It's like digging into something deep, and I could feel something was about to be revealed. And instead of like provoking an intellectual reply or an automatic cached sort of reply where you can dismiss something at the root, at least what happened for me was I had to really sit with the question and feel into the sensation in my heart to really answer that. Because the answer didn't come right away, and so I had to keep feeling into it, which then made it more apparent, you know what I mean? So what happened was I started feeling into it, and I would also visualize the little moments of anxiety that I come across in my day-to-day life. But I generally pretty much overlook them because they're not that debilitating. I sort of just get on with my day. It wasn't obvious to me in those times how such a seemingly insignificant sensation was changing my behavior. So it was easy to overlook. But then when I had to ask myself, what do I feel or think is wrong with me? It puts me back in contact with those type of sensations. And sitting with them, and also with the images and the thoughts that arise it brought me to the recent past and also to my childhood of moments when like that sense of self is strong and solid. And it really had to do with moments where the eyes were on me, right? So it would be in contexts where it wasn't even necessarily the eyes were on me, but the eyes could be on me. So I'll give you an example in a moment, but the eyes could be on me. And there's something I was ashamed about. So like one particular example was when I used to go out to family picnics, and my parents would be chatting with their friends, and the other kids would be playing together. But I would always, well, I don't know if it was always, because it was only a handful of occasions, but at least on one occasion, I would be sitting with myself and I would be feeling stuck there, but I'd actually be playing Snake on my mum's phone, and I'd be stuck there. And I mean, long story short, I realized that a lot of the shame or where that question of what's wrong with me leads me to was I don't want to be seen as a loner, or I don't want the adults, because there were mostly adults around me and the kids were off playing in the distance or in the park or something. I didn't want them to notice that I wasn't okay, or that I didn't want to also like ruin, I don't know, the occasion for my parents, really. But yeah, that was like, I mean, even going to that memory and feeling it was a deep realization, because I feel like it's the same sensation that comes up when I go around the neighborhood or when I even walk around the street from time to time. Like, there's that feeling of shit, people are going to see me, or it's just a discomfort with eyes directed at me. And it's not always the case. I can imagine a lot of contexts where eyes are on me, but I feel that, but yeah, like as I contemplate and explore it, it's to do with eyes being on me and maybe showing my emotions or revealing my emotions, or just noticing, are they going to find out something that's wrong with me? And I mean, I don't think that question has an intellectual answer. I feel like the answer was that felt experience of what it was like so intensely as a child. And because yeah, like I don't want people to laugh at me. I don't want them to see that I'm not enough. I don't want them to reject me, see that I'm alone. I don't want them to notice that I'm not okay with being alone. That's what I sort of realized was at the root of this social anxiety, which I've been overlooking, like, which sounds ironic, right? Because it's possible. It's the fact that it's possible to overlook anxiety, because I feel, isn't anxiety something that's sort of meant to be crippling or debilitating? But I feel like I was profoundly overlooking it, and since realizing it though, it's actually made me feel very comfortable to know that feeling and having explored it and sort of held it with my attention, as opposed to just sort of like noticing it come, being chill with it or being okay with it, and sort of like focusing on something else as I would do normally. That question sort of just like points right to the heart. You got to sit with it. And then when it does come back up now, it doesn't feel like a big issue. Like, ironically, it's made me realize that it's been debilitating, because now it's not. But then before it must have been, kind of thing. I don't know if that makes sense, but now I feel very light, and I feel like a layer of anxiety that I didn't realize dropped. So that's, I mean, originally when I was thinking about the insight was like the power of the question to turn my attention inwards whilst bypassing the intellect. But having been with the sensation in that manner, yeah, things feel much, much more lighter. And it does actually come up now, and I'm more curious and intrigued, and I'm more genuinely welcoming it more than before. And it actually feels very good. Like, so yeah, I mean, that's something I just wanted to share and sort of document as well. Like, there's no real parable here or idea that I think this is going to achieve this result or that result for somebody else, but I feel like there's something in there, like whether it be the power of the question, or something like that. Anyway, that's it for today. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side.